This is the Sports Desk on SYN 90.7. You are here with Lucy, Mel and Huran, and we have a very special guest on the phone with us right now. We're talking to Tayla Harris from Carlton Football Club, who also represented the Allies in the State of Origin on the weekend. Taylor, are you there?
I'm here. Thank you for having me.
How are you this morning, Taylor?
Good, thank you. How are you guys?
Very well, thank you. We just wanted to open up first with saying sorry, because we're all Victorians.
I was like, where are you going with this, Lucy?
About a bit of a lopsided result on the weekend in the State of Origin. But despite the result, what did you make of the game on Saturday night?
Yeah, obviously, despite the result, it was just a good thing to be a part of. That's basically the reason why I was involved. I just wanted to be a part of it. It was the first time, and it was exciting for people to be able to see. I don't think anyone playing was necessarily about the result too much. It was more just about being part of it and making a bit of a spectacle of women's footy, because it hasn't been around for a while for fans. So that was our motivation, and yeah, there was highlights that came out of it. So
yeah,
that's what good. It doesn't matter which team.
Did you get to, it's Melissa by the way, Taylor, did you get to train at all as a squad prior to the match?
We trained once together for an hour or so, and yeah, that made it quite difficult. Some people actually weren't there yet, and there's all sorts of things going on, but it was a bit of an ask for us to come together and perform as if we'd played together or known each other more than an hour. So but I think we did all right considering.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I think it was just a great spectacle and kind of a great celebration of a huge first year of AFL Women's. Did it feel like that for you girls? I mean, it must have been great to see everyone again, even just, you haven't seen so many of them since the start of the year, I suppose.
Yeah, exactly right. Especially people from interstate, because obviously Allies. I got to play in the same team again with Fabs, and Zilks and Batesy and Kate, and yeah, so I think that was pretty cool to be part of with them, and we got to stay in hotels tonight, which was cool. It was fun to be a part of.
Yeah, and speaking of Emma Zilke, I saw via your Instagram that you have visited her in the hospital. How is she doing after breaking a few ribs and puncturing a lung in that game?
Yeah, I went and checked in. She's in good spirits as always, but yeah, obviously struggling a bit because of the pain and all that, but it's going to be a mission for her to get home. I think she's got to get a train home or something, which is going to be an effort and a half, but yeah, bit of a horror situation for her, but I'm sure if anyone's going to get back, it'll be her.
Yeah, that's huge. She has to get a train because she obviously can't fly with a punctured lung. Is that right?
Yeah, exactly right, yeah. There's no real other way, is there?
Mm. And you are sort of now an honorary Victorian, having been traded from Brisbane Lions to Carlton in a move that you kind of asked for, wasn't it? What was your thinking behind moving from Brisbane to Carlton?
Yeah, I did ask, and I think it was just a change. I wanted and needed a change of environment and like a social change as well. I wanted to put myself out there a bit and challenge myself. So that's basically what it was. It wasn't necessarily from Brisbane to Carlton. It was more Queensland to Victoria, if that makes sense. Yeah. But yeah, I'm really glad I did it, and everything's going well, and I'm really enjoying it down here. And every day's exciting because something new's going on, and I've got to meet so many great people at Carlton, and I'm looking forward to playing for them and with the girls there. So it's going to be good.
Yeah, and I spoke to you a few months ago for another story, and I remember you said to me that you were not looking forward to going through your first Melbourne winter. How have you survived that so far?
I've been all right until the last week. The weather is that bipolar. I can't even deal with it. But yeah, it's been all right. Like, I've got so many new outfits, and I'm happy with that. So.
That's good. It's always good to find an excuse for a new wardrobe, which is nice.
Exactly. I can justify all my spending.
That's so good. But I know you said to me just before off air that you haven't played that many games in the VFL, but how has your time with the Sharks been? Because that VFL competition, the VFL women's competition, is undergoing a lot of change. So what have you made of that? Those few games you've played?
Yeah, I have played a couple games, and it is different to. I suppose I can only compare it to Queensland local footy, and it's quite different. It's a bit of a faster and a fair bit more serious down here, but it's been good, and St Kilda's been really welcoming, and the girls down there are really cool. So I had fun in the couple games, but I've just haven't really been able to get back.
Will you be lining up for the Sharks in the finals this weekend?
I'm actually just going to get, not sure if you saw, I hurt my knee in the game, and it feels alright, but I'm just going to get it checked, and I haven't even thought about it yet because I need to tick that off before I can say anything.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes, and what are you most looking forward to about the big round 2 of AFL Women's? So the season coming up, what excites you most? Obviously, there was so much excitement around the inaugural season. You're at the new club now, but what are you looking forward to most about the next season?
I'm looking forward to going out and playing for Carlton most, just because they've been so good to me the last few months, getting me down here and kind of welcoming me with open arms, and I want to pay it back a bit by playing some good footy for them and putting the jersey on. So obviously that's exciting for me, and then also just getting back out there because I haven't really played except for the weekend much footy in the last few months.
So your pre-season starts in November, is it?
My pre-season started as soon as the grand final finished.
Yeah, true.
Whack, Lucy.
Yeah, which is what we were going to ask you about next, which is what Haran, one of our other co-hosts, is very interested in. Yes. Your foray into boxing. So for our listeners, can you please tell us how you sort of got into that?
So I started a couple of years ago boxing just for fitness, and I think the first training I went to, I was a bit bored punching the bag, and I wanted to punch people. So I was talking to the coaches there at the gym, and they said, "Oh, you could get in the ring if you wanted." So I just continued on with that. I like the challenge of learning new sport, and obviously it's the hardest fighting, or combat sport's the hardest there is. So I couldn't really get anything more challenging than that. And then I'm actually fighting in a few weeks in Brisbane on the 23rd of September, which I'm training for at the minute.
That's awesome.
Yeah, well, and hi Tayla, Haroon here.
Hello,
could you take us through your expectations before your first fight and how you felt afterwards? Because it's a big jump going from AFLW to boxing.
Yeah, and you won your first fight, didn't you, Tayla?
Yeah, I did. So I've had fights previous to that, just like corporate kind of nights. Yeah, cool. But that was my first professional one, and it went well. Like I think because of footy, I managed to keep the nerves all good, and I kind of I just knew what I had to do, and I just went and did it. And that's exactly the same as footy. Like you've got your game plan, and you just execute it, and that's it, all you can really do if you expect to win. So that's what I did, and it went well. I'm looking forward to the next one.
I know
hopefully,
you'll probably laugh
this.
You'll probably laugh this off because you're a fighter and a tough competitor. But were you a bit nervous your first time before you get a hit? Like I've done a lot of boxing, but I could never spar because I just couldn't take that step. And I reckon we're different people. But how does it go? Before your first fight?
Now, obviously, I was a bit nervous because it was performing in front of people, but I think because of the training that I did a lot of sparring with men and people better than me and bigger than me because I'm completely about training for anything, and then took that into the ring. So I hadn't not been hit before, which is ideal. But I think I know that it's the sport and we're both there for that, so you have to expect to get hit, and then it's the hardest thing actually for me was hitting someone else. Like I don't like hurting people, but as soon as you get over it and realise that that's what the other person's there for, and it's actually when someone, especially at training, comes in and spars with you and doesn't hit you, it's kind of it's a bit annoying, and it doesn't help anyone. So you just have to realise that everyone's there for the sport and the same reason as you. So.
Yeah, so how would you describe your fighting style? So you're more of like a power puncher, are you defensive?
I like to move a lot, and I think that if you bring it back to footy, like footwork, I think is pretty important. And I like power punches, they're fun, but speed as well. I think I managed to, my jab's quite quick, I've heard, so Yeah.
I've heard. I've read about that. Maybe.
You're very humble. It's really, really nice to hear. And once again, well done on Saturday night, despite the result. Hope the knee is okay and you're not too injured. But very much looking forward to seeing you don a Carlton jersey next season.
Yes.
It'll be very, very exciting to see you lining up in that forward line next to Darcy Vesio, I have to say.
Yeah, exciting.
Yeah, I'm
times ahead.
excited for that.
Yeah.
Big DV. But yeah, thank you again so much for talking to us. We will let you go. Enjoy your morning, and good luck for the bout on September 23. I'm sure you will probably blitz it.
Thank you for having me.
No, that's okay.
Thanks so much, Taylor.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Taylor. And that's the end of the sports desk for your Wednesday morning. We will be back on Friday for a big review of the AFL finals. Taylor, are you still there?
Yeah, do you want to hang up?
Just a quick question. Who are you tipping for Adelaide versus GWS tomorrow night?
I'm watching Tigers and Geelong.
Oh, you're not going to watch Adelaide versus GWS?
Maybe. I didn't even know they were playing.
But who's your tip for Tigers v Geelong?
Tigers, but Geelong and what was it? Adelaide and GWS.
Yes,
I think
yeah.
Adelaide.
Adelaide. Yeah, I think you've got the right.
Safe bet.
Safe
Taylor.
bet. Good. In Adelaide, safe bet, Taylor. But yeah, you can listen to some more tips on Friday morning. Thank you again, Taylor. Schools on Air is on next.